We're simply going to remove this top tube and remove the factory tank. You want to undo the two connectors at the side so we can remove those pumps, because we're going to transfer the pumps inside our new water tank we're replacing it with. So let's get started. So what we're first going to do is clip these out, and we're going to pull up this tank. It simply clicks in. Now this tank has some washer fluid on here, so we're probably gonna make a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. It'll help clean my floor. So there's 3 bolts we need to remove to take out the factory water tank. There's one hiding, and it's hiding way down in here. Way down in here, that looks like it's connected to the cross member. And the other 2 is, you can see them from the side. So we're gonna do our best to film the one that's down here. And after that, it's smooth sailing after this. So the first bolt is going to be here, and that's just the plastic cover. Since this is trimmed because they put the high clearance, it's a little bit easier to access, and there's normally a clip that goes here. So we're just going to go ahead and remove this bolt. And then we're going to pull this plastic piece off. Throw that away. The secondary bolt is right here. Like I said, because this get chopped right here because of the high clearance wings, we could see it. So we're gonna remove it right here. And it's gonna fall right out. Next, we're gonna go, and you can see this connector. We're gonna have to push. We want to unclip these connectors from here, and there's a push tange here. Sometimes there's dirt in there, it's really hard. So you want to push up and down to loosen the debris that's in there. We're gonna leave these here, don't pull them out because they're attached to the pump. There's no reason to. There's another connector in here, but we'll get to that after we pull out that secret bolt up in here. The second connector is here. We're gonna go ahead, and you want to pinch this and push up. My angle's a little bit tight, but let's see. There we go. And we're just gonna loosen these pumps here. So the secret bolt's up here. So I have an electric ratchet. I have my finger on that bolt. I'm simply gonna unscrew it. And this bottle's want to fall out. Now there's fluid in here, so I don't want it to fall on my head. We got the tank out, and what we're gonna do is lightly pry up. They're just put in there. You don't have to twist it or anything. On my car, it was a warm day, so I was able to just pull them off, but it's pretty cold today, and this has probably been in there a while, so you just pull out, that's it. We'll do it both of them. Now, just to show you right now, is these connectors are not the same. There's a 2-pin here, and see these tanges, there's 2 tanges here, and there's opposite tanges here. So it matters how you put these in the new pump. So I'm just gonna go over here, get it started from both sides. You notice I didn't pull out these rubber hoses. I wouldn't even recommend you trying, because they'll probably crack or split, or it'll be a nightmare to put back in. So go ahead. So I'm prying between the pump and the gasket that's in there. I'm not prying on that gasket. What we want to do is move away the gasket away from that pump so it can come out. So now that we took out these seals from the old pump, we're just gonna throw this away and we're not gonna need it. We're gonna just transfer these back into the new tank. Make sure they're sitting real nice, the lip's not rolled over. This is how the tank seals, just like factory. Roll up in here. Make sure there's no gaps, the lip isn't rolled over, and we're pretty much going to install it like this. So let's go up top. We're going to leave these pumps hanging, and we're going to install this because we will be able to install these pumps and just push them in once this tank is in there. So to begin this, what we're going to do is remove this screw, and the screw down here, just so we can make room to put the tank in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to put these back in once we're done. We're going to take out this bottom bracket here. So this is the tank, and we remove these bolts over here, and what we want to do, and it's not difficult but it could be a little tricky, is just maneuver around until it gets into space, and it's pretty much going to go in this location right here. So to begin this, we're going to find this cross member on the left hand side. There's 3 holes. We're going to find the bottom hole and put it with the bottom thread. So there's 2 pumps. We're gonna the hose with the shorter pump, the pump with the shorter hose, excuse me, is gonna go obviously to the closer side. So I'm gonna do the longer one first. I'm gonna go here. Go ahead. I'm just gonna insert it into this area here, just like factory. All the way to it bottoms out. Okay, and we'll rotate it so that these don't collide. Okay, and then you're gonna take the other pump, the shorter hose pump, and you're just gonna squeeze in there. If it doesn't want to go in easy, just you wet it with some fluid. Eventually the fluid will dry up, and then we're gonna connect connector back into the factory location here. There it is. That's pretty much all there is to the install. So we'll fill it up with water, make sure these are sitting right and they don't leak, and test the system. So now that everything's installed, we reinstalled these bolts in here. Hey, just a little FYI, to get this reinserted, just wet it with water. I actually used the washer fluid from the tank and it slid right in. If not, it's dry and doesn't want to go over its insulator. So the next thing is we need to drill a hole to put this plastic piece in. Now, the question on everybody's mind is, how are we going to find center of this? Now, the easiest way is to basically look underneath here, which you can find the center of the cap, and put a Sharpie mark in which you think the center of the cap may be. And I think the center of the cap's gonna be right there. Now we're gonna have to just cut this with the hole saw. And if you guys have a cleverer way, like, please do tell. Give us a call. We're gonna drill a little pilot bit here, and then get a hole saw. You can Dremel it. The other thing you could do is put a pilot bit and then see if you really are in the center of that hole. If not, move that hole and then take the bigger hole saw and adjust as needed.